So I'm looking at Broadcom again this morning. This is kind of a follow-up to last week's trade. We can see the stock ran up and we mapped out this Elliott Wave pretty efficiently. And last week when it got to 584, we jumped in with puts and we made money as this thing fell. The question is, where is it going to go now? Is it going to go bullish, or is this thing going to keep dropping? And one way we can kind of get a feel for what this thing is going to do next is through Elliott Wave. And my question is this an A wave like we predicted, or perhaps there's an A wave and a B and a C kind of all in here, so we're actually on the C wave? That can be hard to tell. I've looked at some other charting to try to figure that out, but what I'm really looking at is where wave 2 was on the previous impulse wave. So I didn't map it out here, but this from 4 to 5, this is an impulse wave. And in here we're going to have a 1, which is right here, and then 2 would be here. And typically if we're on a zigzag correction, the stock is going to fall to about the 2 level. And if I go ahead and mark that, that'd probably be about right there. So we are looking for the stock to fall. Maybe raise this up a little bit, maybe to 41.50, and it's currently got down to 46. So I considered buying it when it was around the 46 level, but I was a little conservative. I wanted to hold off and see if we can reach this 42 level. And then the other way to tell is through a Fibonacci. If we go ahead and map out this 5th wave, this is typically going to fall between the 0.5 mark, so 50% retracement, and the 0.618. So that's exactly where we are. So 0.5 would be about right here, so anything under around 549, and fall to 0.618 would be around the 42.74. So that would the 42.74 would kind of jive with the wave 2, which is at 41.50. So we're looking for a 542-ish. If we can get there, maybe 543-ish, that would be a good place to jump back in with calls. Hey everyone, I want to do another update on our Broadcom trade. Yesterday, if you tuned in, we were looking at the stock and we thought it would fall all the way to the 0.618 line in Fibonacci, and that would be represented by about 542, 543. So it just fell all the way to 542 and we opened up a bull call spread. So that is the red line you can see right here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this just to make it more clear. But we can see that we thought the stock would fall all the way to this red line. You can see it just came down and touched this red line right to the penny. And now we suspect this thing is going to move higher, and we're going to profit when it does. Hey everyone, it's been quite a busy morning, but now that I have a minute, I wanted to check back in with this Broadcom trade. Now, I really like Broadcom. It's a company that does business with some of the biggest companies in the world, such as Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Google. But I don't want to buy it after the stock has already had a huge run. So it was on my radar. I wanted to wait for it to retrace back, and we can do that using Fibonacci. We predicted it would trace back to the 0.618 line, and we marked that here in red, and that's exactly what happened. We were watching it. As soon as it hit this red line, we wanted to release our bull call spread, and we ended up putting on a bullish position, and that was just yesterday. So the stock has run up today. It's run up $20. We ended up getting in at about 542. And at 562 we exited the position and we made a 1-day 30% return. Now there's a good chance this thing still goes higher from here, but when you can make a 1-day big return, it's best to just take your profits and look for something else. Now this just shows you the power of timing. A lot of people say you can't time your trades, but I think timing is key, and the best traders in the world know how to time their trades. And this is a perfect example of waiting, being patient, and as soon as it hits the go mark, you open your trade and get the profits. If you want to be part of perfectly timed trades like this, join us at optionsstrategiesinsider.com.